Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily Cup English. I'm Liam, and I'm so happy you're here again with us today.
Hi, guys. I'm Chloe. Thanks for joining us. It's always great to spend time with you.
If you're new here, this podcast is all about simple, real English for everyday life. We talk, we laugh, we share ideas, and you learn English naturally.
That's right. And if you enjoy learning English with us, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow our podcast.
Yes, we post new episodes every day, so grab your coffee, sit back, and enjoy your daily cup of English.
I love that line, your daily cup of English. It always makes me smile.
Me too. Okay, so today's topic is something that I really love. It's called Never Stop Learning.
Ooh, that sounds deep. Never stop learning. I like that.
Yeah, it's simple but powerful. Today we'll talk about what that means, why it's important, and how we can keep learning in our daily lives.
Perfect. So let's jump right in.
So, Chloe, when you hear never stop learning, what does that mean to you?
I think it means learning doesn't end when we finish school. It's something we do all our lives, every day, everywhere.
Yeah, I totally agree. Learning is not only about studying or reading books. It's also about trying new things and discovering more about the world.
Exactly. For example, when I was a kid, I thought learning only happened in school. Sitting in a classroom, doing homework, taking tests. But now I see learning is much bigger than that.
Same here. Like last year, I started learning how to cook. I watched videos, made a lot of mistakes, burned some food, but I learned a lot.
I can totally imagine that. What did you try to cook?
Pasta. But the first time, it was so bad. The pasta was hard, the sauce was too salty. It was a disaster.
Oh no, but see, that's a great example. You learned something new, not from a teacher, but from doing it yourself.
Right. And now I can make a pretty good pasta. So learning can happen anywhere, in the kitchen, at work, even when talking to friends.
Yes, I remember when I learned how to take care of plants. My grandma taught me. She showed me how much water to use, where to put the plants, and how to talk to them kindly.
Talk to them like, hey, little plant, you look nice today.
Kind of. She said plants grow better when you care about them. And you know what? It worked.
That's so sweet. So you learn from your grandma, not from school.
Exactly. Learning from people around us is so special. It's not just about information, it's about experience.
Yeah, I remember my dad taught me how to change a car tire when I was 16. It looked so hard at first, but now I can do it easily.
That's a useful skill. And again, you learned it outside school.
So I think the phrase never stop learning means we should always stay curious. We should always be open to new things.
I love that. Curiosity keeps us alive. Even small things, like learning a new word, trying a new recipe, or listening to a new song, they all help us grow.
Yes, so it doesn't matter if you're 10, 30, or 70. You can always learn something new.
Exactly. It's never too late to learn.
So, to our listeners, what about you? What's something new you've learned this week? Maybe a word in English or how to fix something at home.
Yeah, think about it. You're learning right now by listening to this podcast.
And that's true. So, technically, you're already following today's topic. Never stop learning.
Good job, everyone. Keep it up.
So, Chloe, we talked about what never stop learning means, but now I want to ask you something. Why do you think it's important to keep learning?
That's a really good question. I think it's important because the world is always changing. New things come every day. New technology, new jobs, new ideas. If we stop learning, we can't keep up.
Yeah, that's true. Look at phones, for example. 10 years ago, my phone looked so different. Now everything is faster and smarter.
Exactly. Imagine if we said, oh, I don't want to learn how to use a smartphone. We'd be lost.
Totally. We'd still be using those old phones with buttons.
Right. So learning keeps us connected to the world. It helps us understand new things and talk to people better.
Yeah. For me, learning also helps me grow as a person. Every time I learn something new, I feel proud. Even if it's something small, like learning a new English word or fixing something at home.
Me too. I think learning gives us confidence. When you learn, you feel stronger, smarter, and more ready for life.
That's so true. And it keeps our brains healthy too.
Oh, yes. I read somewhere that learning new things helps your brain stay young. Even when you get older, your brain keeps working better if you keep learning.
That's awesome. So it's not just about being smart, it's about staying active, inside and out.
Exactly. And I think learning also brings joy. When I learn something new, I feel excited, like I just opened a new door.
Yeah, it's that feeling of discovery, right? Like, wow, I didn't know I could do that.
Yes, that's the best part. And it doesn't matter how small it is. Learning how to make a new dish, how to use a new app, or even learning from your mistakes, it all counts.
Speaking of that, learning from mistakes, that's something I really believe in.
Same here. I think making mistakes is part of learning. If we never make mistakes, we never grow.
Right, I used to feel bad when I made a mistake, but now I see it differently. Mistakes mean I'm trying something new.
Yes, that's such a good way to see it. Every mistake is a lesson.
Exactly. So that's another reason to never stop learning, because every experience, even a bad one, can teach you something.
I totally agree.
Okay, so let's talk about learning in everyday life. We've said that learning doesn't just happen in school, so what are some ways we learn every day?
I think we learn from the people around us, from our jobs, from trying new things, and even from simple daily moments.
Yeah, like when we cook, travel, or talk to new people.
Exactly. For example, I learn a lot when I travel. When I go to another country, I learn about new food, culture, and ways of living.
That's a great one. I learned a lot of Spanish words when I went to Mexico last year.
Oh, really? How was that?
It was great, but also funny. I tried to say, I'm very excited, but I said a different word that actually means something embarrassing in Spanish.
Oh, no. What happened?
Everyone started laughing. I didn't know why at first, but later a friend explained it. I felt a little shy, but now I'll never forget that word.
See, that's learning in real life. You learn from experience, and a funny one, too.
Exactly. Mistakes make the best lessons.
Totally. For me, I learn from movies a lot. When I watch a movie in English, I listen carefully to how people speak. Sometimes I repeat their lines just for fun.
That's such a good idea. That's how I learned to say things naturally. When you hear real people talking in movies or podcasts, you get used to the rhythm of the language.
Yes, and I also learn from my friends. For example, one of my friends is really good at cooking. I ask her questions all the time, like, how do you make this? Or what's your secret ingredient?
Does she tell you?
Sometimes, but I always learn something new.
I think learning happens all the time, even when we don't notice it.
That's true. Even when we make mistakes at work or forget something, we learn from it.
Yeah, I once forgot to send an email to a client and my boss wasn't happy. I felt bad, but after that, I learned to double check everything.
Same here. I once sent the wrong file to my teacher when I was in college. It was so embarrassing.
Oh no, what did you do?
I said sorry, of course, but after that, I always check the file name before sending anything.
That's the best way to learn. Make a mistake once, then fix it next time.
Exactly. Learning is everywhere, in small moments, in daily life, in the things we do every day.
Yes, you don't have to sit in a classroom to learn something new. Just pay attention to what's around you.
That's so true. And if you listen carefully, you can learn from every person you meet.
Yeah, like right now, our listeners are learning English just by listening to us talk.
Right. See? Learning can be simple, fun, and natural.
Exactly. You don't need to study for hours, just listen, speak, and live. And you'll keep learning every day.
That's such a nice message.
Thanks. And I think that's what never stop learning really means, to keep growing little by little every single day.
Beautifully said, Liam.
So, Chloe, we've talked about what learning means and why it's important. But here's the real question. How can we keep learning every day?
Yeah, that's a good one, because sometimes we start learning something new, but then we stop.
Exactly. Like when people start learning a new language, they're super excited for the first week, but then they forget about it.
Yeah, that happens a lot. I think the key is to make learning a habit, something small you do every day.
Right. It doesn't have to be big or hard. Even just 5 minutes can make a difference.
Yes. For example, I like to listen to a short English podcast when I walk to work. It's easy, it's short, and it helps me learn without feeling tired.
That's such a great idea. I do something similar. I'm learning Spanish right now, and every morning, when I drink my coffee, I open my Spanish app and study for 10 minutes.
That's awesome. See? You made it part of your daily routine.
Yeah, I think that's the secret. Connect learning with something you already do every day, like coffee, walking, or brushing your teeth.
Exactly. And also, learn something you actually enjoy.
Totally agree. If you like music, learn through songs. If you like food, learn through recipes. When learning is fun, you don't feel like you're studying.
Yes, that's how I learned a lot of English expressions, from songs and movies.
Same here. And one more thing. Don't compare yourself to others.
Oh, yes, that's important. Everyone learns at a different speed. Some people learn fast, some slow, and that's okay.
Exactly. What matters is that you keep going. Even small steps count.
Right. I remember when I first started learning yoga. I was so bad at it, I couldn't even touch my toes.
Same here.
But I kept practicing, just 10 minutes a day. After a few months, I could do much better. So yeah, small steps every day really work.
That's such a perfect example. I think many people give up because they expect to be perfect too soon.
Yes, but learning takes time. You don't need to rush.
Exactly. So to everyone listening, try to do one small thing every day to learn something new.
Yes, maybe read a short article, listen to a podcast, or learn one new word.
And of course, you can listen to Daily Cup English while you have your coffee or tea.
Perfect. That's an easy way to keep your learning habit.
Yeah, and we're always here for you. You know, Chloe, I was thinking, we don't just learn from books or apps, we also learn a lot from people.
Oh, yes, definitely. People are our best teachers sometimes.
Exactly. Like, I learned patience from my grandpa. He was such a calm person. Even when something went wrong, he never got angry.
That's nice. What did he teach you?
He said, when something breaks, don't get angry, take a breath, then fix it. I still remember that.
Aw, that's really sweet. And true.
Yeah. What about you? Who have you learned from?
I've learned a lot from my best friend. She's very confident. She's not afraid to speak in public or try new things.
That's awesome. So she inspires you to be more confident too?
Yes, exactly. I used to be shy, but after spending time with her, I learned to be more open and brave.
That's beautiful. I think every person we meet can teach us something, even people we don't know very well.
Totally. Like when you talk to a taxi driver or meet someone from another country, you can learn something new about life or culture.
Yeah. Once I met an old man on a bus. He told me stories about his life when he was young, and I learned a lot about kindness and hard work.
That's amazing. Sometimes small conversations can change how we see the world.
Exactly. You just have to listen.
Yes, listening is a big part of learning. When we listen to others, we understand more about them and about ourselves too.
So true. And it makes life richer, right?
Yes, learning from people makes life feel more meaningful.
I couldn't agree more. So, Chloe, we have talked about how great learning is, but let's be honest. Sometimes learning feels hard, right?
Oh, yes, definitely. There are days when I feel lazy or tired, and I just don't want to learn anything.
Same here. Sometimes I say, I'll study later, but later never comes.
Yes, I know that feeling. Or sometimes when I try to learn something new, I feel frustrated because it's too difficult.
Yeah, like when I started learning guitar, my fingers hurt, the sound was bad, and I thought, maybe I'll never learn this.
Oh, I totally get that. When I started learning French, I couldn't pronounce the words right. I felt embarrassed and wanted to stop.
So what did you do?
Well, I took a break, just for a little while. Then I came back to it. I told myself, it's okay to be bad at something new.
That's such a good attitude. I think the important thing is, don't give up.
Yes, exactly. Learning something new always feels hard at first, but that's normal.
Right. No one is perfect on day one. Even a baby learns to walk by falling many times.
That's true. Every fall is part of the process.
I like to tell myself, even slow progress is still progress.
Yes, that's a great mindset. Every little step counts.
Sometimes when I feel tired of learning, I try to remember why I started.
That's a good tip. When you remember your reason, your why, it gives you new energy.
Exactly. And it's also okay to take a break sometimes. Rest is part of learning too.
Yes, rest, then restart. That's the key.
So for everyone listening, if learning feels hard right now, don't worry. It's part of the journey.
Yes, keep going. You're doing great, even if it's just one small step at a time.
And remember, learning is not a race. It's okay to move slowly.
Right. What matters is that you keep moving.
Exactly. So, Chloe, as we come to the end of today's episode, let's share some final thoughts. What's your biggest takeaway about never stop learning?
I think it's that learning is a lifelong journey. It never really ends. Every day we can discover something new about the world, about other people, or even about ourselves.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Thanks. What about you, Liam?
For me, I think never stop learning means staying curious. When you keep your mind open, life becomes more interesting. You see more, you understand more, and you grow more.
Yes. Curiosity makes life exciting.
Exactly. And to everyone listening, remember that you are already learning right now. By listening to this podcast, you're improving your English step by step.
That's right. So don't forget to celebrate your progress, even the small ones.
Yes, every word you learn, every sentence you understand, that's success.
Totally. And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to Daily Cup English.
We post new episodes every day, short, fun, and easy to follow.
So grab your coffee, listen, and learn something new every morning.
Exactly. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep smiling.
I love that. And remember, everyone, it's never too late to start, and it's never too early to learn.
Beautifully said, Chloe.
Thanks, Liam. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today.
We're so happy to have you with us. Stay curious, stay positive, and of course,
Never stop learning.
see you tomorrow for another episode of Daily Cup English.
Take care, everyone. Bye.